I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Sherry.
Here.
Scott.
Yes.
Samuel.
Yep.
Daniel.
Here.
Angela.
Here.
David.
Here.
If you put that in your deposit, then you're covered.
That's not. Problem is with this war side was. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna shut them off. Before that happens.
Prior to speak to council, Olivia from the Portage County Land Bank. Hi, come on up.
You don't have to come
You
up.
know,
You can stand right
you
there.
can stand right there and talk.
You can stand
No
there.
need to be on the front.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
You guys all know why I'm here? I guess I should start out.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah, no, not everybody
Yeah.
does.
Okay. So, hi, I'm Olivia. I represent the Portage County Land Bank, and I'm here today at tonight's meeting because I'd like to discuss the possibility of using state funding that's available through our office to support the demolition of the community center. After evaluating its safety, the return on investment currently for the village, it seems like it could be a feasible option. It is rare that our office has the amount of money that we do available for demolition that we could actually assist the village in raising that structure. Tonight I'm here because I would like to ask council whether or not they'd be willing to commit some level of match for the project, assuming you support the demolition of the building, and if so, up to what level you'd be willing to match it.
Well, this is just an idea that we've had because of the community center we're losing money on the community center. It costs more
To keep it standing than it does.
than it does for us to rent it out and get the money back.
And it wouldn't just be demolished and left an empty lot.
No,
We would put something else back on it.
But where would you get the money to put something else back
Well,
on?
we'd
How
have to
much are you
fund it.
talking that it would cost the village to, what are you looking for, and what, do you have a price on what it's gonna
Yeah,
cost
that
to
was my question.
Yeah.
demolish?
So as of right now, we received 2 quotes for demolition. Keep in mind though, these quotes do not include the removal of the asbestos that might be
Yeah, we have
contained.
that.
Which I know is the assessment for the asbestos is scheduled for Friday.
yes.
As of right now, we got 1 quote that's 115,000, another that's 137. So if we look at the midpoint, even if it's 120, 125,000, right now our office has roughly, and I say roughly because we're still getting bids on the other projects that have funding allocated toward them, we have about 140-ish thousand remaining. So the hope would be that knowing that there's potentially a fund that is made just for this building, that some of the money from that fund could be matched for this grant because our office does not have enough to support the entire demolition. With basically
Right, and we
dream
would
world
talk,
being.
yeah, we would have to talk more about that, about at what level.
Yeah.
Because we do have the abatement testing going on Friday.
Right. So the hope would be that there would be enough money to not only match the rest that we need for the demolition, but also enough money that you can start making plans for what will go in its place once it's done.
Right.
And the other thing, like you said, if you could wait till the end, please.
To the end of the whole entire meeting?
Well, no, till the end of our discussion.
Sure, yes.
If you said that there's not many, times that they're gonna have that kind of money available for this, we will be discussing this at the committee meeting so we can get that answer for you on how much to match. We just wanted you to come and explain what you guys can do for us and the possibility and how much money is available in person, so that way the community can hear it, but we are definitely considering it.
Yeah.
The timeline, and mainly the reason why I'm here at this particular meeting, is we have to submit any projects to use the remaining amount of this money to the state by May 1st. So that doesn't mean that we have to have a firm bid in place. It doesn't mean that the township has to be prepared to spend, X amount of dollars, but we do need some level of a commitment from the village to say to the state, this is a serious project, and that we have support from the village on this. Because the last thing we want is to pull down a building that the community does not support.
Right.
Absolutely.
So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Debbie?
I'm wondering when you folks discuss this, at what point?
I've never been part of a discussion about it.
I've never heard anything about it anywhere in town, I've never seen it at a meeting, I've never heard it at a meeting, so who's making this
Because
decision?
it was just a discussion, it's not, it's.
Well,
not-
it sounds to
we were
me like
just-
if you've got an abatement
We are
coming
trying
in.
to we're trying to get our ducks in a line in case it's a possibility. But there is asbestos in the building, and if we do any type of restructuring in that building, we need to know how much asbestos is in the building.
I
So
understand
we
you
have
have
to have it
asbestos.
tested,
I understand that. Why didn't you turn the gas off in the winter and shut it down?
because the water lines
Because
break.
then it grows
Then
mold.
you shut the water off.
But
We've done
I-
it for years, we did it for years and years and years, and it worked.
But it didn't because we
It
noticed.
did work.
Have you been in there in a while?
Yeah, I've been in
Have you
there, I
been
go
in
to
the
every
east-
function that the
Have you been in
village
the
has
east
in there.
wing?
Pardon me?
Have you been in the east wing?
That east wing has been a mess forever and ever and ever, and it
Thank
never
you.
got redone. Get
So,
some community
we
volunteers,
did
do
find
it.
that we had problems, and that's why, 2 years ago, we started leaving the heat on?
Yeah.
Because of the problems we found with turning heat off, letting the building go cold for all those
I
months.
never the whole time, and I started on council in 2012. We shut it down,
I
Scott,
think you were on vacation when we discussed that. So,
I haven't seen anything about the discussion.
There will
Um,
be a public
yes.
meeting
I would hope so.
before.
we will
We have-
be,
Because you've got all that government funding in it right now.
and look at it,
Yeah, and
The
look,
side-
And
Siding's
look at what?
siding's falling off, the back
The
stage is
siding's falling
unsafe.
off because you haven't done anything about it. I was here months ago and told you that on the back, a piece
Right.
of siding was falling off. No one ever came and fixed it.
Didn't under you get $100,000 to put
We
that all
got
on?
over $100,000 multiple
And now the
times.
siding's falling off that was just put on a couple years ago, right?
Are you, yeah.
Okay.
No, the only place I see
We're
siding
done.
is the back part.
Deb, we're done. We'll have the public meeting
Good.
and then you can bring everything, concerns or
And I
anything
will.
about that when we have it, okay?
Olivia, did you have something else
This
to say?
is just in discussion right now. It's not written in stone.
I was just gonna say that, if you're curious about why that testing is being ordered, it's mainly because that could be a tens of thousands of dollars addition. So for us to realistically see if this project is feasible, we need to know how much exists in
Right.
the building.
Right.
How long does it take to get the
understand
test
that.
results back or an evaluation on that?
Usually about 10 days.
From Friday?
Yeah.
Thank you, Olivia.
Thanks. I probably won't stay.
That's
Okay.
good. I wouldn't either.
Is there funding through them maybe to take down the Windham Tavern that's a real eyesore? It's
That's-
been vacant forever, property tax behind.
we
I
can
mean, let's look at
definitely
some things
look
that
into it.
have no function at all in the community.
I can add that, we are expected to get an additional 230,000 for Portage County in 2027. However, I know there are already some county projects that are out there that, that money might be allocated to, but right now we know this is available, and which is, like I said, a rare case, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, approval of the minutes?
I will make a motion to approve the February 2026 regular council meeting minutes with the, what is the word?
Amended.
Amending of section 11, on E and F for Tyler and Billy. It says all motions were passed unanimously. Mrs. Pennington abstained from those votes, so we'll just get that changed. Take a second.
Second.
Sherry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Angela,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Motion passed. Fiscal officers, financial report, Dan.
Income and property tax collected year to date. Now, be mindful of this, the first section of property taxes doesn't hit till about April. $96,245.67. That's not included March readout. Total revenue collected year to date, and this was literally as of 5 p.m. today, $553,750.60. Expenditures year to date, $492,376.78. We've done 170 purchase orders as of today and 10 public records requests. I did go to the seminar last week. I'll apologize in advance. I'm gonna be changing quite a bit of things that we do in office, so we can be compliant in what the state laws are. So bear with me as I learn.
I'm sorry.
As I'm learning and moving forward, so we can do better, but we can't do better if I don't know and we don't know. So in your package, you'll see the audit from 2023, 2024 combined as one. It was just released yesterday from the Auditor of State. In transparency purposes, you can find it online, but I have given it to all of you.
Thanks.
That's
How
all I
many,
have.
178 POs and how many, records requests?
10.
Can we, is this in email format by chance, the auditor's report?
I believe so.
I think that's something we
The
should be
auditor
able
sent
to.
us an email and I just clicked on the link and that's how we were able to get
I
it.
was just thinking for public records requests,
Yeah,
'cause there's a lot of good stuff on just the first page I'm seeing.
Now we'll take some years to clean that up. Not
Oh, I'm
giving
sure
anybody
it will.
promises that I can't fulfill. We'll take the years.
Thank you.
Old business topics to discuss? Well, we talked about the streetlights.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
so we can talk about that. I didn't really get any suggestions from anybody, so my plan was to just tell them to keep it as is with the 3,000 K instead of going with the brighter ones. I personally don't like bright lights at nighttime when I'm driving. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the soft white lights are better on the eyes and everything. So if you guys are okay with that, I'll tell them just keep it as it is.
Yeah.
That's okay.
No,
with me.
that's fine.
Alrighty.
Council's report, David.
Well, I was gonna bring that up, but I also, again, interviews. Working on getting somebody in for street department. I did give the one application we got for wastewater superintendent, I gave her a call, I've not heard back yet. So that's what working on doing, trying to get employees,
Okay.
build back better,
Dispatchers report.
What'd you say?
build back better.
Dispatchers report, David.
So I have the police that we can approve. Our fiscal officer was going through some stuff. The fire department was not able to get us out the minutes for approval for February, so, well, actually January, because we did not have a February meeting. And I did not feel comfortable approving them until I read through them. Danny wasn't there, so we did not have enough members to approve them, so I'll have that at the April meeting for us. So I'll make a motion to approve the dispatchers and police reports
For March.
for March, or February,
February.
February, yep.
He's got March.
You have both.
March,
You have
yeah.
February, yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
March and
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Sherry?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Samuel?
Yes.
Daniel?
Yes.
Angela?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, mayor's communication. Well, we talked to IGS today for 2 hours, it seems like. Our electric has expired, our contract with them,
When did that expire?
February.
February. They've been trying to get a hold of us since November.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
okay.
haven't been able to get into any of Ryan's old emails, so, and our manager for IGS said he's kept calling him and emailing him, and he never got a response. So, we talked to him today, he is recommending that we go with 33 months because of the volatile politics right now, with everything going on and the price of gas going up and the price of electricity going up. Right now, we're on a variable rate. I don't know exactly what that variable rate is for the last month. We can get this in here and he could have it ready for us, and it's in your packet what your KW, MCFs and all that is. So, we need to look at that real close because we have to make a decision soon.
Yeah.
All I would say is check apples on apples.
No, I didn't. because
So
on
remember,
commercial,
yeah, remember commercial, it made it a little more difficult, but we can definitely look at that.
well, we gotta do it sooner.
Yeah.
because
Oh, I
They
know.
fluctuate, it's live,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
The
fluctuate.
difference, from one year to another, I do that all the time.
Yep.
Residential, so
Every
the
6
company I
months.
went with last year may not be the good rate
Right.
this year. So every year you have to look.
Well,
Now, the
he's-
33-month one,
yeah,
that may make sense right now.
right now. He said also that it's a fixed rate. It's not hardly anything more than what we're paying right now. He also said that in 6 months, see, it's based on the market, that if it goes down, he can give us that
They
rate.
can give us that rate.
That in
At
the
that-
contract?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be.
It will be, yeah.
Oh,
Just to
that's
chime in on
interesting.
the gas, we're paying more than what the fixed rate would be currently. It was
We're paying
5.61.
$5.97, I thought it was.
And then for the electric, it was 0.06, so that stays about the same. I don't have those exact numbers from our meeting.
So we have to make a decision.
We'll have to do a special meeting,
Right, yeah.
try and do it for next week.
Yeah, because we have to have a resolution
Right.
Sorry, you're
to
welcome.
go with this company. I couldn't say, yeah, do it.
Well, we did give resolution for the village administrator to do it, but now obviously.
It was a one-year contract though.
Yeah, it was only a year.
I thought when we did it with Charles, it enabled him to renew it as a village administrator, when we did it a couple years ago.
I can't find any contracts
Well-
in his office.
Right.
So because I know Ryan mentioned it back in February, or it could have even been January. And I asked him for the contracts. I wanted to see because I thought it was November. And I never got a contract. And I
In
looked
my-
in his office and I can't find anything with IGS on it.
As you know, they always send you written notice too,
Yeah,
a
he
couple
did.
months before it ends.
Yeah,
just
that's what
they
he
do.
said. He
Yeah.
likes to,
They always do that.
yep, but I can't look at it. I can't get old emails, I can only get the new ones that's coming through right now. So think about that, and we'll go, give us your opinion on what we should do after you look at it, okay? Within the next couple days.
All right.
Okay, also, I have, on the behalf of Windham, we would like to thank the following individuals for their service to our community. After that windy day that we had that Friday, Mr. Zachary, and I think I'm saying this right, Tackett?
Tackets,
Mhm.
Tackett?
tackets,
Okay.
tackets.
He organized a community cleanup with some of the students for the cleanup of the branches and the debris. And the following ones are Maccabee Tackets, Magnolia Tackets, Juniper
Mhm.
Tackets, Keegan Petrich, Bentley Petrich, Diana Martin, Dominic Smith, Dylan Smith, Mia Miller, Liam Herndon, Kiona Korosik, and Jacob Brady. We sincerely appreciate each and every one of them. And also today, the high school kids served the food bank at the RFC. They donated their time and did all of that. It's great to see the kids getting involved with programs in our community. So, and they'll be also helping with the cleanup that we do every May. I will have to get with not Savannah,
Usually the history
Stephanie.
teacher, yes.
Stephanie, yeah.
And
Let's see, anything
regarding
else?
those 6 that were put out there, Andrew and Robbie,
And, yes, they are going to go around as soon as they get some extra time and pick up the debris, the branches that's all over town. So they are aware of it, but they have been very busy lately. I don't think I have anything else. David, that's it for me. Finance, Sherry?
Motion to approve the fiscal officer's expenditures as received and expected to date 2026 and approve to pay the bills as received.
oh, second.
Sharon,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Angela,
Yeah.
David.
Yes.
Motion to approve the fund status report.
I'll second.
Sherry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Angela,
Yeah.
David.
Yes.
Motion passed. We have utilities for Angela.
Okay, ordinance number 2026-1, an ordinance to revise and amend section 92.01 and 921.03 of the Village of Windham Utility Code to adjust water rates for the purchase of water and to adjust sewer rates for the discharge of wastewater to the village. I have that right here.
Yeah, it's in everybody's pocket.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read Exhibit A?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, commencing on March 24th, 2025, each consumer unit inside the village shall be billed monthly and shall be subject to a minimum charge of $1.61 corresponding to a wastewater volume of 100 gallons and an additional $1.61 each fraction of 100 gallons up to the discharge of 8,000 gallons. The volume of wastewater volume shall be established by the volume of water purchased from the village for the location identified by the wastewater account during the same time period. B, the charge each month to each consumer unit inside the village for discharge of wastewater over 8,000 gallons shall be $1.97 for each fraction of 100 gallons. Exhibit B is for the water rates. Charges for metered water up to 8,000 gallons sold to locations inside the village commencing on March 24, 2025 shall be $1.41 for the first 100 gallons and an additional $1.41 for each fraction of 100 gallons thereafter for usage each month. Part 2, charges for metered water above the first 8,000 gallons sold to locations inside the village commencing on March 24, 2025 shall be $1.97 for the first 100 gallons over 8,000 gallons and an additional $1.97 for each fraction of 100 gallons of additional usage thereafter each month.
And this is just standard 5% increase.
So it is.
Yeah. But I'm still going to have the engineer look at it when we're done.
Yep.
It's gonna take 90 days, by the way, Dave. I did ask him how long the full assessment would take, and he said 90 days.
Okay.
So you were close.
So as the third read, can I get a second for that?
I will second with the amendment of after 921.03 O instead of I.
What did you do, Chief?
It says if instead of.
And we're paying $37,000 to have this assessment done?
We're,
We have the $37,000?
no, we're gonna discuss that afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just do
Because
this.
I wanna discuss that as well.
This is the third reading for ordinance 2026-1. So to make the motion, David, thank you for seconding. Sherry,
Yes.
Scott,
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Samuel,
Yeah.
Daniel,
Yes.
Angela,
Yeah.
David.
Yes.
Thank you, motion passed. With amendment.
Okay, I already did the IGS energy discussion. You wanna do the Acadia?
To move forward with a resolution for the mayor to enter a contract with Arcadis for professional services at the wastewater treatment plant assessment after discussion, because we're gonna have to, Dave said he wants to discuss this, but, this isn't a contract, I asked him if this was an official contract, he never did get back to me. And discussing it amongst ourselves, you know, we're assuming it's not an official contract, because it's not written out like this. This is just a proposal.
Yeah.
He's super busy. He said he will meet with us soon. He's got a lot going on with the EPA. And I guess that's when he'll bring us our official documentation, but the lump sum fee is $37,800 for the assessment report. It also says this engineering fee will be invoiced monthly at a rate proportional to the work completed as it progresses.
We have also talked to EPA and they might be able to help us with some of the bill.
They'll help pay it, or they'll help do some of the assessment?
Some
Oh, that's good.
No,
That's-
the bill.
The bill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was from the big rig. Sorry, William.
Can we ask what the
Before-
assessment is?
There was what,
We have a copy of what he's going to assess at the wastewater department, if you wanna look at it.
That's what he
Okay,
already
is
said.
that up here too?
I don't
just
know, is it
wastewater.
out there?
No, I meant.
No,
is-
she said, is it out there?
The copy.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's
Thank
just
you.
the assessment that he did
This
that
is
one
what he's
day.
gonna, this is what he's going to look at when he comes out. It's gonna take 90 days to break all this down and assess all of it, because a lot of the parts of that building are original.
Oh, yeah.
So, and they don't really have a whole lot of time. I don't know how much longer than they last, so.
I would, since this is not an actual contract today, and we can't vote on it,
No,
I would like to see a proposal from Clearwater, because they said they could also drop the
Okay,
gas.
I wasn't there from that, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think that's what they said when I watched
If I
that.
remember correctly.
I would like to see a proposal from them before, just so we have a second,
A
at
second
least
one.
one more
Okay.
to go off of what it, would cost.
It'd be nice to see what the EPA can kick in.
Yeah,
as
and we will
well
be in
to
contact
offset.
with them for that,
Yeah.
from Clearwater.
also, Arcadia has been helping Dan get up to date and get in and
All right.
learning a lot of things. EPA has been in again to get him on as operator of the wastewater. And he's also helping him do, fix the violations that we had, from our manager or whatever she is. So he's working on that diligently. We also had a King's brother come out and jet a sewer line over by Miss Thomas's house, because she was here last week and told us about having problems. And Dan found nothing, didn't he? Yeah. So, yeah, he did say that it's mostly the manholes. So he's gonna be checking that off and on for the next 5-6 months, and to make sure that that's gonna be cleared up.
I appreciate that.
He's doing a great job so far.
You're a better person than I am. I wouldn't be able to do it for 5 years.
Yeah, no.
I didn't feel like I had to.
Yeah, okay. 11, safety and personnel, David.
The only thing is the interview's going through. There's been a couple things that have happened, but I'm not at liberty to speak on that here.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, service, Sam.
Same.
I
She's
see that
not
I'm
here,
supposed to
so-
talk about the traffic cameras, but
He's not here
he's
yet.
not here, so.
So sorry.
Have you had a chance to review that?
Traffic cam.
Well, there's two things. There's the current procedure that I was reviewing, and then there's the poll cam that she.
Yeah, that's the one, the whole cam.
What was the question?
We're supposed to discuss it and like, is it a
Well,
good
if there was-
idea? Should we keep going with it?
I don't have anything further.
I'm on the
Okay.
fence.
Okay,
I
my,
thought Rick said that it was already a done deal, that we already approved it when we
We did.
approved.
He said that with the way it's written up, it's basically approved already,
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
so.
but we wanted Greg to look at it to make sure that we're not gonna do anything we're not supposed to.
well, the way I understood it is that the poll camera is already approved within the general contract that you
Yeah.
all
Right.
have.
Uh-huh.
But then there's the next step of creating the poll cam. Gosh, I hope it's a poll cam. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. Or a poll cam. That implementing that poll cam system. So I was checking into that. I'm also checking into just the general broader requirements under the traffic camera as it exists now. I've been working with Deanne and working with the chief on that.
Yeah.
But I don't have any, I mean, I could discuss it, but I don't have any answers.
Okay,
It's not really worth talking about to me, but,
But yes, that new legislation was prepared, and that should be ready to go. We just wanted to analyze the administrative
Yeah.
part of it.
the way I
How to get it
understand,
up
the
and
way I
running.
understand it and what I've read, it's, as far as the contract goes, like she said, it's already a done deal.
Right.
Only other thing I got, if we ever get to hire a street guys, I'd love to see some more coal patch,
Okay,
so.
yeah, we gotta get one on
Under
Short
the
Green.
bridge, too.
Short Green too. It's sinking in when we do the water
Oh,
line.
that's right, you just,
Yeah,
So, but that's,
Oh, do we have any update on our road resurfacing? That's under service.
yeah.
yes. I have,
I have not heard back from Rob.
did we get a hold of Rob?
I left a message for him and I have not heard back from him. I will call him again tomorrow.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I got 0 on that,
Okay.
Okay.
so.
Scott, Economic Development.
I have nothing to add. I've been doing phone tag with the gentleman with the interest in putting a restaurant in town. So I'm hoping to get hold of him. I've called him a couple times, he returned one of them. I just want to see if there anything we can do to assist him.
Yeah.
And making sure that he, let him know that we're still interested, and we really like, to see him moving forward, and, see what interest level he has.
Okay.
I'll have that in the next meeting.
Does
We got a
any,
new home over on Maple Grove.
Yeah.
all right.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Does anybody talk to Sanchez Pools? I haven't seen any
I
movement
haven't.
over there.
I haven't
Some trees
seen
that
anybody.
came down.
Yeah, that's the last I saw, was just cleaning up around the building.
You would
Yeah.
think they would start the pool
Yeah.
season.
Well, he was
right
in
now.
there, I mean, there for a while at first, and now I never see anybody over there.
I haven't either. I
Excuse me,
did
are
stop
you
at the,
talking about the one on East Center Street?
yeah,
Where
the
the restaurant?
The old drugstore, yeah.
old
Yeah,
drugstore.
they were in there last night.
Oh,
lights
were
and
they?
days,
Oh,
and
okay, okay.
They
It
were,
must be.
even the kids were out there.
They're night owls, okay.
Okay, then we need to
That's
go
why I
at
haven't seen
night.
them.
I
Well, I
have,
live across the street from it, so
Right.
I, could see it.
I have, I did go into the old bank, last week. And, I can't believe farmers left all that stuff in there. It's everything. He still is in talks with somebody to buy it, but he doesn't wanna announce it out yet. So. Parks and Recs, Dan?
Real quick before, I know we said March 14th. Scott, next month, are we still switching to Monday or Wednesday for your track and field schedule?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, that was discussion for today to figure that out.
Yeah,
It's either change it, or I just won't be able to be there. You'll still have a quorum.
I just wanted to make sure before I said that we
no,
were
we're
gonna have
gonna
this
change
meeting
it so
that
you
day.
can be here. We did last year, we do it every year.
It will only affect April.
Yeah. Okay, instead of 7th and the 21st, or no, the 14th and the 21st.
Yeah, it's the 14th and the 28th is the council
Yeah,
meetings.
great.
Mondays are better than Wednesdays for me.
Okay, we'll do Monday the 13th, if that's okay with everybody.
That's
Let's
right.
see,
Fine with me.
how about the solicitor?
I'll be,
27.
Okay,
let me know and I'll adjust.
okay, 13th and 27th.
Okay, so we're gonna have a Fun in the Sun volunteer meeting March 13th at 5 p.m. April, sorry, it says March on my thing.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
Just try to copy paste.
The Fun in the Sun's going pretty well. For volunteers, I think the last meeting, there was about 10 of us
There was a lot of
altogether.
people in here.
There's 10, 12 people in here altogether
That's good.
for, I've been getting emails for vendors and bands and everything. I had a band reach out to me. We could not provide what they wanted. They're a pretty high tier band from the sounds of it. They wanted a light stage, 10 separate soundboards, 13 mics, a bunch of crazy stuff that we just couldn't do, but
We can order or offer a portable boombox from
they said they would play for free if we could provide that,
Provide
but
that stuff.
I don't even know half the lingo, because I'm
Right.
not a musician. But they did ask, and this is something I wanna bring up, if they could shoot a music video in our town
I think that'd be cool.
for their new album that is being released in like 6 months. Well, I told them I would bring it up to everybody and got everybody's opinion on what anybody thought.
Only thing I would say is, you may wanna check what kind of music.
They're pretty 80s hair metal.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, they're not,
as long as
I
it's
listened to a
not,
few of their
Oh,
songs.
yeah, no, I know where you're going.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, we don't want, you know.
I was just about to ask about the legalities.
Yeah.
But,
Make sure they're covered in case something goes wrong when
That's
you drive to your
what-
house or something.
yeah,
Full playlist agreement.
Well, it depends on where they shoot it.
so.
Yeah, where are they gonna shoot?
They emailed me yesterday, so
Yeah.
I'm going off of what he asked, and he asked if they could shoot a music video here somewhere.
Do they have a tentative, date that they'd like to begin shooting?
Yeah,
Never
like
happens.
April,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he just emailed me 2 seconds ago. April 24th? Yeah, Friday.
Well, if it's not on village property, then, you know, fine. I'm not aware of the permitting process. I mean, I kind of equate that off the top of my head to like a food truck or something like that. Do you guys have food truck permits at the village, anything like that?
They just need their license. from-
They just need a license from the
Portage
Department of
County.
Health, right? Because they're like a restaurant on wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if there's no village permits in that regard, like an event permit, gosh, I don't know what else they need. I mean, maybe there's something at the county level they would need, or maybe the state level.
We can always reach out to Garrettsville, see what they do, because they do.
Oh,
Main
yeah, they have the
Street.
bands all the time.
And
Well,
the
Main Street
commercial, the Ford
commercials.
commercial.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
what-
I'm gonna give him a call or try to talk to him on the phone instead of just emailing and see
Perfect.
exactly what they're doing.
What he's looking for.
Well,
But I said I'd bring it up, and then my next thing is, I don't have a whole lot of details because I just heard about this today. I got a hold of some people at American Playground Company to replace what's in the park. It's 100% American made, it's remade from recycled material, which if what I'm reading real quickly, we can get credits if we install it. So if I can get a grant and they knock out that cost and we get tax credits or whatever they're talking about, it might be a wash. So we might essentially get it for free. I just got that email at 12:30 today, so I'm still looking into it, and I'll have more to say at the community meeting next
That
month.
would be exciting.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
but I did get a hold of, what was it called? The Portage County Community Outreach is what it is, I believe. Community Development Allocation Grant. Is they came in February and offered the grant to us, but it was right in the middle of the bad snowstorm, and we didn't even know what the park looked like, had no idea what we were doing just yet, and we only had 28 days to get everything together. So it wasn't enough time, but they're doing another one in the fall. So that's what I'm shooting for right now, is to try to get everything set in stone and try to apply for that grant in the fall to get the playground equipment replaced for next year.
Do you have the application yet?
Not the one for the fall,
I was gonna say, yeah.
because I'm waiting on them to get it
Is
back.
it a reimbursement or a full grant?
I don't know if it's different from the other one. The one in February, I believe, was a full grant.
Okay. That's what we just gotta be
Wasn't it?
careful of.
Yeah.
Reimbursement grants versus grants.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make sure, because the other grants I was looking at was 25% match. So I'm still looking at all that. I just learned about all those possible credits, like I said, 6 hours ago. I think that's everything I have. Yep, that's it. That's all I have.
Okay, Planning Commission, I haven't heard anything from zoning or housing, and we don't have anything so far to have a meeting with. Chief is not here.
But on the Chiefs thing,
Okay.
The Easter egg hunt
Oh, right.
Yeah,
coming up March 28th, I believe it is.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Is it this Saturday?
It is this Saturday
2 o'clock?
already. 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock
At
at
the
the
football
high school.
field.
Yep.
Yes.
Do we have an Easter bunny?
Yes.
Well, you gotta be the chief
And
without that foot.
Haynes donated free kid meal coupons that the Easter Bunny will be providing.
Aw,
So,
that was nice.
Okay. No village administrator. Greg, do you have a report?
Nothing, I'm working with the chief on the traffic camera administration system, just as like the broader project, to make
Okay.
sure everything's buttoned up there. And then I'll work with the chief on that legislation that the camera company provided.
Okay.
So I'll have that reviewed. There was a goal of maybe having that implemented in April or May, if I recall.
Well, they said it might be 6 months before they can get
Right,
it
'cause
because
of
of
the-
the tariffs or something.
Yeah, to get
Oh,
the
6
stuff
months
in.
out from
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You got
The
time.
actual pole cam device.
Right,
Yeah.
6
right.
months,
Yeah.
tentative.
Okay.
Craig, is there a chance you can check into the legality of, if this new legislation passes, just trying to get ahead of the game, could we ask for a, what is the term I'm trying to say?
You haven't gone far enough for me to figure it out.
Are you talking about the utility legislation?
Yeah.
I was just checking that out.
Whether
when
we
you were
could hold
talking.
a, like a landlord ask for the first month rent, if we could ask for the similar type thing for utility, you know,
Like a security deposit?
security deposit.
Yeah.
Because what I'm thinking, we've been down this before, and it cost us a ton of money,
Right.
where people just runs up a bill and then leave.
Sometimes with these larger projects, or these things that have a larger, like, everyday impact, they'll give it a longer effective date, so like if they, so I just read that it just went through the House last
Right.
week.
Right.
So it's gotta go through the Senate, so I mean,
It's gonna pass.
it seems like it's gonna pass, but sometimes because this is gonna touch a bunch of different things, they'll give it an effective date, not of like the 90 days, but maybe of the 6 months. So
Okay.
maybe we'll have till September 30th
That
to
would
iron
be
out those
nice.
kinks. But with something like this too, the state legislature will provide a report, or shoot, sometimes my firm does it, we'll provide a report, like a quick bullet point, synopsis of it, so that everybody can hit the ground running with it. So that, you know, those questions you had about the security deposit, right?
Right, security deposit, is that legal? And the other thing that when we went through this before, we put some requirement that if you are, if you have an outstanding utility bill, you cannot enter into another utility under another landlord until you pay the first one. You know, that's something like that.
Okay.
Check and see if any all that's legal.
So are you saying, does, if this bill establishes, what can happen, the bill can establish the floor, and then Windham can provide like heightened standards to that?
Right,
That might be the case, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what the law says, I mean, it depends on how it
Right.
shakes out, but yeah. For instance, if like there was a 90-day period or something, let's just throw a 90-day period, like
yeah, for a
Windham
long
couldn't.
time, we've been putting it on the back of landlords. So if a person doesn't pay their utility, the landlord is responsible for paying that,
Mhm.
so we don't lose any money.
Right,
But now they're saying in that new legislation, we can't do that.
Mm.
So now it's gonna go back to the renter. The utility will be in their name. So if they run up a water bill and just flee, we're eating that.
right.
Unless we have some kind of security deposit or something. Now, I don't know if that, again, it may not be legal, but I thought we can check,
Okay,
see what we can do.
gotcha.
Okay. Last chance for members of council to speak upon any subject at this meeting. I just have a few things.
What?
Shut up. You're driving me nuts. I know we've talked about it before. What did I do with it? The handbook. Okay, we've talked about it, we've done nothing about it. So, what I would like for you guys to do, to take a section of the handbook that you wanna go through. Each of us take a section of it, so we don't all have to go through the whole thing. And to find out exactly what you would like to change in it, or removed from it. So it's not so nobody understands it, okay? So whichever section that you guys wanna take, let me know, so we're not all doing the same one. Say you guys, say Scott, you wanna take, hiring and firing, or retention, you know, whatever, and somebody wants to take benefits, what we're gonna offer. Somebody wants to take something else, just let me know what you wanna look at in the handbook, so we can get this done. We've talked about it for 3 months at least now. Also, after that, I'd like to get to the records retention.
Yeah.
So we can get that done. We got all the paperwork for it, but we just have to get it done.
Can I interject right there?
Yep.
Do you need a sample? I could give you a sample of record retention policy.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I know we're paying you for something. We also have to think, we also have to think about we've talked about it for the water department, the trench or the cage that we have to get for digging, and we've never done anything with it. It's been
shoring.
years.
Shoring box.
Shoring
It's been a
box,
hot
yeah.
topic, yes.
It has been, and we've done nothing.
We should check with the EPA. You would think there'd be a grant for that.
Yeah, we talked about that at one of the council meetings years ago.
Right.
There was one there for what, $12,000 or something? So we can go through the EPA for that?
Yeah, see if they have
I'm sure they would.
some kind of
Yeah.
grant. You would think that would be something. they would-
Or
I tried looking.
workman's comp. BWC.
Sometimes they have grants as well, but I believe you have to be abatement free, something to look into.
Side note before I forget, I noticed that, when I was at the sewer department the other day with Mr. Spoor, that they have to use 5-gallon gas cans to fill up their equipment. And that,
That's crazy.
so, gas cans inherently, in my opinion, promote dirt into your fuel tank, okay? It's just,
Okay,
gas cans get dirty laying around, anyways. Plus a backhoe usually holds 20 gallons of fuel.
okay,
You know, if you got a big job, it's a lot of 5-gallon cans.
all right.
But, I was wondering why we couldn't get like say a 50-gallon fuel cell for the bed of the truck. That way you can just pump it into your machine instead of having to carry a can all around.
Something to look into, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
You know, plus these guys, our equipment is outside, so in the wintertime, carrying a 5-gallon can around in the snow and ice, I'm just saying,
okay, so
might,
think about it, Dan.
I think he's already has.
yeah.
There's a lot to think about, trust me.
Also, community garage sale. Did we decide the date? Somebody was on Facebook asking if we were gonna have a garage sale. I thought we talked about that back in December when we were setting dates.
January, and
Yeah.
I believe it was
It's-
said that we do it the same time here,
It was
so
here,
the
so-
third,
That's
if I remember correctly.
So we just have to find out about the same time then? I can go online and find that. Also, the traffic light at Circle K. It's gone out twice within what, a month?
Yeah, it's the wiring.
Okay, what are we doing? Why can't we just get it fixed and get it done?
Oh. We just filled out 2 bills for JC Electric.
I
From my
know,
understanding, JC went up and just ran power from the thing, or the head over to the first light. They should have ran power through all of them, according to our person who resets it for us and gives us all of our knowledgeable information, because that's what he does for a living. But whoever's distracted direction, they only ran wire to the first light. They
okay,
should have ran wire to all the lights when they were there, because now we're gonna have to pay them to come back out when it messes up again and continue the rest of the wire.
Sounds like job security.
That's what it
Sounds
sounds
like
like.
a bank account depleting.
okay,
Yeah.
who would we call to do that, to get it done?
JC Electric,
I mean, just them?
or Scotchman's can do it.
Okay,
But we just need somebody there to tell them, hey, do it the right first time, so you're not coming back again and again and again. 'Cause we have 2 bills that we just signed, got signed right now, for a couple $1,000 when it could've just been done right the first time.
Okay, do you, is there another one I can get 3 quotes from? Besides those 2?
Well, the problem with that is JC's already started it, so having somebody come out might be more cost than, you know what I mean? Because they have to bring the bucket truck out, they just can't stand on the ground and look at it.
Yeah,
I don't know of another company
okay,
that's close to what charges a lot for travel.
all right. Okay,
The
that's-
garage sale dates are May 15th through the 17th.
Thanks, David. 15th through the 17th.
Yep. 2026.
Okay, we can get Addie to make us a flyer, but not right now. I'd do it at maybe the beginning of April, middle of April. All right, that's all I had. Anybody else? Okay, public comment. Anybody want to say anything? Debbie?
I have questions.
Okay.
Number 1, the leak in front of the post office, has that been addressed? It's been.
Andrew is working on that with Gibbs Construction this week. He's gonna have Gibbs look at it to see exactly what we would need and give us an estimate on fixing it.
Okay.
Because we do not have anybody that can dig.
So that's another question for me. If you aren't hiring someone that can dig, why not sell your equipment? Why maintain it if you
Well,
don't
I
have
would-
anybody that can operate it?
Well, I would like to have somebody
Okay.
that digs, and Robbie is learning right now
Okay.
how to use the
Is
backhoe.
that a requirement for the person that you will hire for the street department?
Not necessarily a requirement, but it would be a requirement for him to learn it.
Okay.
And there is classes that they can learn.
Okay, my next one is the leak in front of Circle K. It's not as big a leak, but that's a definite leak.
Since I've been on here for 4 years, we were told that, I don't remember the guy's
It's
name.
a natural spring. That's what I
Yeah,
was
it's a
told.
natural spring, that's the
Oh,
word.
yeah.
That's what I've been told for 4 years now. Natural spring in front of Circle K.
Is there somebody that could check it and see if the water is treated water? I mean, if it's a natural spring, it's not gonna be treated water.
I think you can handle this one, Scott, you've been here longest.
I know there is a natural spring right in front of
High school, yeah.
Whether it runs that direction, but we can get somebody
Yeah,
to
someone's
test that water.
Yeah, just test
And we
water.
can get somebody from our water department
Okay.
and send it to the EPA and they'll run a test. to see
Well,
if
Portage
it's-
County could run a test, see if there's chlorine in it.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
We still have a leak, at the corner of Bright Drive and Short Drive as well. That's been
Yeah.
about the same time
seen the
as
one
the
in
post office. I
front of the
believe
high school?
that's right around November 24th.
Somewhere.
Those 2 leaks have been going on.
So like three leaks that
Stream water,
are
water.
you gonna get an estimate to fix all of them or just
Just, we're working one at a
the
time.
post office? Okay, and then the other thing
That's the big one.
I wanted to ask about was the road repavement. What road repavement are you talking?
I think Ryan and, Rob were doing the circles
Yeah.
and Cloverleaf and Green Meadow is what we were told.
Has anybody been down Wilburn?
I said that
Wilburn is
last
the
year
worst
when they
road you
brought it
have in
up.
the community,
I
I'd say.
agree.
You
Yeah.
should go down Cloverleaf. Well,
Well, I
your son
do.
lives there.
My son
I
lives
I
do.
there.
can't believe that road.
I drove down Cloverleaf and Green Meadow the other day, and I believe that Wilburn is worse.
Yeah, well, I know that the
Right.
ground is sinking in front of 9099 Wilburn. The road is sinking, so, yeah, do
And
something
I
with it.
think the grant that was put in for was just resurfacing, because I remember
Yeah.
Can you say that
last
address
time,
again?
9099,
when we did
Wilburn,
Store Drive,
Bryce,
Bryce, all those, I
Yeah.
brought up the concern that they ground it down and it was just dirt underneath the base.
oh yeah,
And I said, when we do our next resurfacing, we should add in
Do the whole
base
entire
and
thing.
everything.
I think all the roads are that way, to
Yep.
tell you the truth.
If you drive down Belden, right in front of the open field, there's a spot, you can see dirt's coming up because there's no base under the road.
Well, and the other thing too is you have so many water breaks, all of that road resurfacing that did get done, it's all ruined now
Yeah,
because of so many breaks, so.
Well, that and there's no.
There might be an infrastructure grant out there somewhere that
When we put
you guys might be able to find,
cement.
yeah.
put in some new lines there. And then the administration job, is that advertised for, or do you have someone?
We're gonna discuss that in executive session tonight.
Okay.
So that is one thing.
And
we're
is
waiting
it my
for.
understanding is correct that the zoning inspector is also the housing inspector?
Yeah,
That is correct.
she's doing a great job. She's already started.
She keep-
I'm not gonna be catty on the camera.
She is keeping records of every inspection she does.
So
right?
there's no cars in anybody's yard that are covered with tarps?
I think that would fall under the police department.
Well, not only that, she was waiting for the weather to break, and she had just started, like, what, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and her first day, she got a housing inspection.
Perfect person to start with too, Mr. McCallsky.
Yeah? So, she is working on that, and
Okay.
she's making
Good.
everything,
And I was told too by the police chief that, I think by next Friday is the day he gave me, that if cars are not tagged and able to move, they will be towed to our wonderful impound.
Impound.
Good,
lot.
that's good.
Is there something you could do to that impound lot to, it blows constantly, the black,
black.
Right.
I mean, it's
He
an
double
eyesore
zip
right
tied it and
now.
everything, and it just ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to try and get a grant to do the slats and the fence.
There's a gentleman on the corner of, East Center and Wilburn that his looks really nice, and it's, I don't know what kind of snaps he has, but he's got up the same kind of fence, and then the black, and it's not whipping all around in the air, and
I think the
somebody
problem
might
is
wanna look at that and see what he did there.
It's so tall and it's got so much wind coming off those fields that it's gonna be difficult to find something that sticks.
Yeah,
You do have a lot of open area
Yes, you
there.
do.
yeah.
That guy on the corner there has a garage and then he's got Sandy
Structures
Patty's
to block.
property and everything blocking the wind.
It was just a bad day, windy day.
Well, the police sign's broken in half.
Really?
That was laying up against a telephone pole
Yeah, he
across the
went and
street,
got
I
it.
saw that,
Yeah,
okay.
he went and got it. I stopped in there today and I saw it in pieces.
Did you cry a little?
Just a little bit. That
It was
was,
generously
that
donated by
wasn't cheap.
Anything
Mrs.
else,
Salvo.
Deb?
I don't have anything else
Okay,
now.
anybody else? Mrs. Bello?
Okay, as I talked to you earlier today, I've talked to the post office will not, they don't know anything about anybody helping. They do not help
don't.
at all.
No,
I heard
Okay.
somebody
Big government.
is,
wait a minute,
Yeah.
no.
Colton, that sent
My
out that
order.
little flyer,
Yeah,
okay, well, there was a couple mistakes in there. You can't, if anybody is, any contractor is gonna do the digging or whatever, they have to call the EPA, not the homeowner.
You mean oops?
oops.
Oops.
811?
Before
I
you
mean,
go.
the
Yeah,
oops, yeah, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry,
That's
oops
okay.
has to call.
Correct.
So, as I talked to Home Depot and Lowe's and asked them, I said, if we have anybody that will dig the holes for these people, you know, if there's a good amount of people that have to, and there is, that have to have those mailboxes put up, would you consider kind of lowering or giving 10, 15, 20% off of the lumber?
Mhm.
And he said, you have Colton call me up and find out how many. He says, we will give you a great discount on, but he has to do it.
Yes,
So
yes.
he has to be the one that's gonna say, okay, we've got 50 people or 100 people, whatever.
Yeah,
He'll have to go to each house and find out.
right.
But they pay the $40 for Colton to do the work, but the wood and everything has to come from, you know,
Yeah.
it would be through Home Depot. So I talked to Colton today, he couldn't come tonight, and he said he would get in hold of, he doesn't know how many people need it, or I guess he should just send out another form and say, if you need it done, I can do it, and it'll be less. Cause you have to pay for your own wood,
Yeah,
yeah, so.
yeah, he'd have to make that call to
Yeah.
Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yes,
or-
he has to set it up,
But
Just-
it could be his customers,
right.
yeah,
It,
so he
it
has to
doesn't have
know.
anything to do with the post office. They,
No,
you know, cause everybody, well,
well, you would,
everybody thinks that the post office is gonna help them pay for it, and they're not.
No,
well,
Are you just gonna
no,
raise the price of stamps?
yeah, Colton will have to make the call.
Right.
And he has to figure out how many he needs.
Right, he's gotta get a hold of all these people then on
Well,
the street.
some of them have already put theirs in.
Well,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
a couple.
Yeah, Scott put his
Approximately how
in.
many
I
people
saw
are
my
there?
son put his
You'd have to
in.
ask the post office, we have no idea.
We don't, we're not privy to that information.
No,
They don't either.
you knew about it before we did,
And we didn't know.
so, because it's all the post office.
Village streets or county?
Anybody else? Okay, let's look at the calendar for next month. 13th at 5 for the Fun in the Sun. And the 13th for the Committee of the Whole. Didn't mark that one. And the 27th for the council meeting. Everybody okay with that? Okay, yours, Dave.
So I'm gonna shorten up the motion because it doesn't need to include all of that. It's gonna be a motion to enter executive session, to consider the appointment of a public employee.
Second.
And we will not be discussing or doing anything after when we adjourn, so just so everybody in the audience knows. And it'll just be council, we don't need, so it's, oh, Danny,
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on,
I'm sorry, Dan.
I'm gonna take that motion off real quick and wait for him. But
Okay, just, wanted to introduce myself. I'm Dan Spohr, I'm your new wastewater superintendent at the wastewater plant. Since I've started on the 16th, we've hit the ground running. My first day, we had a chemical spill at the Harbison Locker. We had to meet with EPA, and, we're still in talks with EPA. But the spill was contained, so that wasn't a problem, but the EPA did find some oil and water down there by Harbison Locker. And it's in the storm drains, and so, EPA went to them, they admitted it, they paid for cleanup, and now they're monitoring the creek or the ditch line where that's at. It's not a big public health issue because it's contained and it's not flowing into receiving streams. But they still have some oil, there that they're monitoring and testing. As far as the plant goes, our plant's running pretty good. I'm checking on, testing equipment. We need to get some meters and, a few other things to get into compliance as far as our lab work and our testing goes for the wastewater. But we're heading in that direction. At the plant, we feed, gas chlorine to disinfect the water. Now, it's seasonal, and we haven't started feeding it yet. But as an alternative, I'm checking with companies to see about getting, reps to come in and give us quotes on UV disinfection. It's a lot safer, there's no risk to the public or the employees. Chlorine gas is very, very deadly, and you really gotta know what you're doing when you handle it. Other than that, that's about all I've got. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of work with the EPA, and there's a woman, Brianne Workman, with the EPA that's helping out a lot. And slowly but surely, we're getting there and we're getting things back into compliance. And hopefully we'll get that plant running even more efficiently than it's doing right now. So.
wonderful, thank you.
Thanks,
you,
Dan.
Danny.
If you need anything, just give us a call.
Yeah, I will.
Can I get a second to the motion?
Second.
Sherry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Samuel,
Yes.
Daniel,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
7:04 p.m.
All right, we can stay here one,
If they,
yeah, if you don't mind.
they,
Bye, Debbie.
Well, they don't wanna
Bye,
stay.
Sam.